Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the Finance and Audit Committee meeting to order. Our clerk today will be Ms. Sheila Gurry. I don't think we have anyone attending electronically this morning. Today's Finance and Audit Committee meeting is being held in accordance with the Community Charter, Council Procedure Bylaw 2018, number 7272. There is no one here in the audience with respect to questions, and if someone shows up, I'll happily advise them. Given there's no audience, I'm not going to read out any warnings about decorous behavior, etc. Introduction of late items, we have none. Motion for adoption of the agenda, moved Councillor Brino, seconded Councillor Thorpe. All those in favour, any opposed? None. Motion carries. Motion for adoption of the minutes is circulated, moved Councillor Hemmons, seconded Councillor Banley. All those in favour, any opposed? None. Motion carries. We have no presentations, we have no delegations, and we're on to reports. And the first is the quarterly budget transfer report. Ms. Mercer, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Your Worship. So as a requirement of the budget transfer policy, we have to disclose to Council under certain circumstances, as when a transfer results in a project over $75,000, a transfer is over $100,000, and there's a delay or cancellation of a project. This quarterly report covers both Q1 and Q2 of 2026, and there have been 4 instances in the first 6 months of 2026 where transfers have resulted in being over 100,000 K or the project has been delayed or cancelled. So details on each instance is listed in the report, and staff are here to answer questions if you have any.
Thank you very much. Councillor Gusselbrock.
I just on the Wexford Creek, I couldn't remember what that project was. Was it rerouting the creek from that development?
Mr. Stewart.
Absolutely. This is the chair to Councillor Gusselbrock. So Wexford Creek is a project out by Southgate Mall. There's older culverts that go under, like near the entrance to Southgate, and then also where the new apartment was, the creek is there. So it was kind of an upgrade and realignment of the creek, an upgrade of the culvert, and then also an upgrade of the creek behind Country Club Mall to kind of, one, the culvert is nearing the end of life, and then the other is just the creek doesn't have enough capacity for current flooding and stuff like that. So we're taking the opportunity to do fish passage upgrades and all that kind of stuff, and then that type of thing. And we just didn't have the funding and the permits didn't come in the right timing to be able to get all the materials in time. So we're going to do it next year instead of this year.
Great. Yeah, I just trying to refresh my memory.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Councillor Gusselbrock, if you can use your mic, you got to turn it on.
Getting used to this new room.
You get what you wanted.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I was trying to jog my memory on exactly the details, but yeah, thank you.
Councillor Thorpe, please.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. Through you, if I may, just for the benefit of people viewing or listening, I had to refresh get Ms. Davis to refresh my memory on Stadium District Wash Car, which is nothing to do with a car wash, but in fact is just an upgrade, I believe, to the washroom facilities up at the district stadium. Maybe you wouldn't mind just elaborating on that a tiny bit, Ms. Davis?
Yes. Through the chair to Councillor Thorpe, the Stadium District Wash Cars as the washroom amenity behind the Sir Oxman Stadium that is presently in a rented ATCO trailer, and we'll be purchasing one for ourselves. It's a prefabricated washroom building for use of all the Stadium District.
Great idea. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And without getting down to fine numbers, the Millstone Trunk Sewer Central project, the bids being that much higher than was anticipated, can you give me a percentage, what the lowest bid was in terms of what we thought it might be? And welcome Councillor Armstrong, who's joining us electronically.
Yeah, absolutely, to the chair. So the numbers came in almost double of what our budget was. And so one of the, like, there was a lot of technical challenges, as well as the project being within the ALC, which created some complications around permitting and having to put the soil back in a certain way and storing it and all that kind of stuff. But also, just to get really technical on you, the pipe is fairly shallow and it floods there. And so we didn't realize how challenging it would be to make sure the pipe doesn't float and pop out of the ground. And so there was some solutions proposed by the engineer, which ended up being quite a bit more expensive than we anticipated. So that wasn't covered in the original budget. So we're going back actually this summer to do a bit of a value engineering exercise and see if we can do that differently before we try this again.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. It's just a report. If there are no further questions on this matter, thank you. Appreciated. We're on to B, Community Program Development Grants. Ms. Bhopal Singh, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Council. Before I hand over to Ms. Davis for more details, the grant program before you is set up as seed funding to support either new or expand existing programs with the intention of basically enhancing community development. So you have, let's see, 3 applications before you. There were 5, 2 weren't eligible. If you'd like any details about that, myself and Ms. Davis can answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions, anyone? Motion's made by Councillor Manley, seconded by Councillor Eastmere. All those in favor and any opposed, none. Motion carries. Thank you. We're on to item C, Bevan Parkfield Lighting Partnership with Nanaimo United FC. Ms. Bhopal Singh, again, please.
Council, this is one that I think staff were quite excited by. This is an opportunity that's come to us through Nanaimo United Football Club, where they are partnering with us, giving a $100,000 contribution to lighting at Bevan, which will allow for 4 mini practice fields. And we're asking that council consider adding $42,000 to that to allow for that to happen. Should council approve it, we think we can get this done by the end of the year. Thank you.
Very good. Motion's made by Councillor Hemmond, seconded by Councillor Perino. Any discussion? Councillor Manley, please.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank staff for working out this agreement. I think these cost-sharing agreements are awesome. When you see groups like this coming to the table and willing to fundraise, it's just really very proactive, so I'm happy to support it. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Perino.
Similar to Councillor Manley's comments, I just think other groups that want to have projects done, this cost sharing it's the answer for us. It really makes such a big difference. So I encourage other groups to get going in the same manner. And if they need any advice, certainly our staff can help to guide them. So great project. Hope it goes through. Thank you so much.
Councillor Eastmere.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wondered about the part where it says the level of lighting is not sufficient to accommodate soccer games, baseball, or cricket. Is that, is there like an added level of investment that would get us to that threshold?
Ms. Davis.
Through the chair to Councillor Eastmere, yes, and it would be a considerable additional investment to get lighting up to game day standard, which really isn't a requirement for the purposes of Nanaimo United. Really, this is about being able to extend their practice time in the winter. So that's why we've decided to go this route. It would be, up to 10 times the cost if we would go to game day lighting. And additionally, very, very difficult to do because of the configuration of the fields. It would likely impact the ability for it to be a multi-use field to incorporate also softball and the cricket that we presently have there.
Appreciate that insight. Thank you.
Thank you. Can't resist saying it. Better light a candle than curse the darkness. All those in favor and any opposed, none. Motion carries. Thank you. And finally, the proposed changes to the sport tournament grant program. Ms. Bhopal Singh, again, please.
Through your worship to council, this is an example of where staff pivot, where we have well-intentioned programs where we think we can try and do it better. So before you've got some changes to the sport tourism grant that allows more flexibility and what we think was the original intended uses. I can let Ms. Davis outline some more if you haven't had a chance to read. But basically, there's no changing to the request of the amount of the grant. It's more the criteria that gives council the flexibility to consider a wider range of sporting events.
Thank you very much. Councillor Eastmere.
I'll move the recommendation.
Second to Councillor Perino. Discussion on this? Councillor Eastmere.
I think this is really important because in order to be able to host these events, you need to have the sort of infrastructure and equipment. And I really appreciate the flexibility and seeing the need to create a more sustainable local sports environment. So thank you for this.
Thank you very much. Councillor Thorpe.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you, similar to Councillor Eastmere, I think this is really worthwhile and important. And knowing that sport tourism is such a crucial part of our overall tourism strategy, and knowing how impressed people are with our fine facilities here, we're attracting more and more groups that want to come to Nanaimo, host events, maybe tournaments, but maybe other things related to sport tourism. My question through you, Your Worship, is simply this. I think it's a great broadening of our criteria. Was this thought initiated by staff, or was this based on maybe feedback from different groups that applied?
Through the chair, I'm going to turn over to Ms. Davis because this predates me a little bit. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, please.
Through the chair to Councillor Thorpe, it was largely initiated by staff upon recognising that we hadn't had very many applications over the years. There was only one received in 2023, none in 2024, one in 25 and one this year. So we really sought to broaden the appeal of this grant and to be able to use all of the funds as well.
I'm surprised at those numbers, so hopefully it will have the impact that it's designed to have, and we'll be able to get more people applying. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Hemmons.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just on that, noting the most significant change in the expansion is the eligibility beyond tournament-based activities. I completely agree with Councillor Eastmere. That's great. That's creating an ecosystem. But if we're not having people applying for tournaments, but we're having them apply for galas connected to the tournaments, that would be eligible, like a party before the tournament. It just strikes me as if we really want to increase sports tourism. Like I appreciate the expansion, and if the program isn't working to get sports teams applying, I wonder if this is the right direction. I'm happy to support, but just it seems a little outside of the scope of sports tourism specifically.
Ms. Davis.
Through the chair, to answer that one specifically, under this recommendation, galas would be eligible because it is an activity so long as it was associated with a sporting event.
Okay, thank you.
I just might add, if I may, that yesterday, touring the city with the mayor of Saitama, our sister city in Japan, and several of their councillors took them past the stadium district, and they were quite intrigued by the whole concept of sports tourism and its impact, and I could see their brains thinking that maybe this is something they have to really consider for their own city, that if you've got the facilities for your own people to enjoy sports, it makes a heck of a lot of sense to promote it to attract tourism into your community. No further speakers. All those in favor and any opposed? None. We have no other business to my knowledge. No questions. Councillor Perino has moved adjournment. Seconded Councillor Hemmons. All those in favor? Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Actually,